Hello everyone, I'm CrypticFox, and welcome back to Scrap Mechanic. We're going to continue building in our little world that we started here the other day. I've built a couple things out here, and I finished up this garage in the last build. And we also built up this vehicle just before that. But I want to go out and kind of build a bit more of like a... kind of like a base sort of a setup. Something I can use as like a major build sort of area where we can put a whole bunch of neat, cool things into it. And then I'd also kind of like to have this kind of like a launch pad and that kind of stuff. The garage was kind of neat to build in terms of like setting up the moving garage door, and it gives me a place to kind of park my little Jeep here and my other initial vehicle creation, which I still have. I didn't get rid of it, even though it's kind of a piece of junk and it doesn't roll too good. But I thought it would be fun to kind of go out, build something a little bit bigger as kind of like our home base, maybe like a mansion kind of a thing. I don't know. I haven't entirely decided what I'm going to build on the whole yet, but I do have an idea of how I want to get it started. And there's this nice little section up here that's kind of like it's like a cliff sort of a thing. There's a clearing up the top, and then there's this cliff down the side, and I think that'll give me plenty of room to kind of build. Oh, no, hold it up. Oh, that was close. I built out this Jeep, and it definitely works a lot better than my original vehicle did. However, it's still a little bit top heavy. You can hear the suspension kind of bottoming out too. I only used individual suspension on each of the wheels, and I think I really should have used double suspension just to kind of support the amount of weight that I was putting on this thing. Didn't really occur to me about how much it was going to weigh until I kind of had it all built. But so this is the area I want to build in up here. I think it gives kind of a cool commanding view of the area, and then there's plenty of room to expand up here too, and we can kind of build down the side of this cliff that's over here, so that we have we can make like a downward vertical to it, so we can kind of go out from here. It'll all be supported by this landmass up here, and then we can kind of build down into that area there. We've got plenty of space where there's no trees there, so we should have lots of room to build. And then of course we can go pretty much infinitely upward. I have no idea what the max ceiling is on this game, but it might actually be interesting to build a rocket here at some point and kind of go as high as we can and see just how high it will let you go. But so I mean, I think first of all we're going to need a bit of a like a starting area here that's going to be a flat surface that we can work from. This ground is kind of uneven, so it'll be easier if we have a flat surface. But what I want to build today is the entrance to my new little base kind of an area. And I had the idea of doing something that is sort of like Star Wars blast doors that you might see in the Star Wars movie. So I thought that would be kind of a cool way to have like a main entrance to the base. It does have some little tricks to it because the game doesn't seem to like letting the angled pieces, I think they're like ramps or something like that. It doesn't like letting those things touch together. It seems to, it thinks that there's like a block or something in between, so you get this like really funny spacing if you try to use the angled pieces and connect them together. So we have to use just normal, it's going to be almost like a teeth connection instead, but I'd still like to do the setup so that it looks sort of like the Star Wars blast doors, the way that it opens and the way the doors are set up. So this will give us a good flat area. I don't know if I can even see what I'm doing anymore. It's funny, you get poking around at all the stuff that people have built, and every time I think I've thought of something that somebody hasn't built yet, sure enough, there's something other that already has it. It's really, it's kind of a cool game in that it's so creative and you can do so much with it, but it's so different in that so much of it has already been done. It's getting a little bit trickier to try to find things that are sort of unique. Nothing I've built so far is terribly unique. I think everybody builds a vehicle when they start off because you want to be able to kind of drive around, and then the garage door thing seems to be relatively common. Lots of different ways to do those, though, at least. So it's not like everyone's building the exact same way. But okay, so this will be our base platform here. That will be our sort of our entrance way, and then on here I'm gonna set up the area where we're gonna have the doorway. So I'm going to need 9 squares wide here, I think. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Somehow that seems really small. Much smaller than I anticipated. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. 9. All right, so this will be kind of like our sort of opening archway. And actually, I'm going to need to make this just a touch wider. Okay, and we'll just extend the walls out this way. I was really hoping this would work out like super smooth in terms of the way that the connections all work together. It's a shame that it doesn't work exactly the way that I want it to, but it should look really cool, I think, still in the end, and make a really neat way to kind of enter in the base. Okay, got a little over on the end there, but that's okay. Okay, so in here, now we're going to need to kind of carve this out a little bit. So 1, 2, 3, like so. Oops, I think I just made a mistake there. And so I got a 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. And we'll get the angled pieces in here. And we'll stick those at the bottom. This will give us kind of the shape of our blast door sort of area. Of course, this will have to be painted so it doesn't look so lame. Alright, 1, 2, 3. And then in the middle piece, I want 3. So 1, 2, 3. Oops. That's not what I wanted. That's got to go. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. And then we'll go here. I think I got my walls at 2 different heights here. Yeah, that's okay though. Okay, like that. And then I'm going to use the angle pieces up here. I have seen some pretty cool Star Wars things that people have built. I've seen like people that have built like TIE fighters and X-Wings and all that kind of stuff. Really cool overall. Okay, so this door is 1, 2, 3. Well, it's 9 in the middle. 3 is 12. Oh, I just took a plunge. Okay, so I think my arm to pull the door is going to need to be 13 blocks long. It's going to be a long day if I have to keep doing this way. Okay, so we'll need a bearing in here. Let's see. So from here, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then I'll do the same on this side. Okay, we're going to need a controller. And I should grab a switch too, I guess, while I'm at it. Just put the controller down here. For now, I'm going to stick the switch over here. Ultimately, I'm going to move it. Again. I should put a little safety rail on the back of this thing. Okay. Now, where's my connection tool? I'm going to connect this bearing up to the controller, even though I haven't got any settings in the controller yet. And then I'll do the same over here. That way, when I put blocks on it, the bearing doesn't spin on me. Okay, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we'll stick a bearing on there. And I'll do the same over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, same thing. I'm going to connect these up to the controller. Probably shouldn't have done them in that order. Oh well. Alright, and then another 7 on here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. Alright. So that gives us the arms that'll control our door. Now, we had to do those first because the door itself needs to connect on the bearings that'll be on here. So we'll put one there and one there. And then let's get started on our door. I need to build myself a little step ladder out here. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to reach. All right, I want to angle this door so that we've got like, just make sure I got that on the actual block. So we actually have it set up on like an angle that goes up from corner to corner. I think I can go here. Like so. I'm going to have to start carving some of this away. Like that. I think that should go pretty much corner to corner there. Yep. Oh, jeez. I got a crazy little step ladder thing in the middle. All right. Let's go here. All right. It's not exactly corner to corner, but it's a fairly decent match, and I think once it's colored, it's going to look fine. So we'll have that door on that side. And then we're going to need to do the similar thing over here, but opposite. If I can get out the door. There we go, like that. Now we'll just flush this in. Nope, no. Alright. Don't need that stool on the other side again. So I figured, like, with the size of the space I have out here, I can make something pretty big. I should have plenty of room. And what I'd really like to do is kind of do a bit of, like, a Death Star themed thing. Which in some ways is kind of ironic, because I've been building a lot of stuff in Disney Infinity. The one thing I haven't done a lot of building of is Star Wars themed stuff. And they actually have a whole Star Wars place, like a whole Star Wars expansion for it, and it's kind of funny that, or ironic, I guess, that I'm not building really much Star Wars in there, but now I'm in Scrap Mechanic where there's nothing that's even remotely Star Wars, and that's what I'm going to build. So what I thought I would do, it's not going to look like the Death Star obviously from the outside, but I'd like to do the inside so it looks like the Star Wars Death Star kind of corridors, and then have like a launch bay area where we can build like an Imperial shuttle kind of thing, and then we can fly it out of the launch bay. I think that would look really cool. Let's get these connections going here. I wonder if I can swap around 3 and 4. Can I move these around? I guess I can't. All right. Now that I have these doors in place, I think they should hold, even if I break this connection. Yeah, it's all supported now. Get rid of this. All right, let's make this one 3. Oops, what happened there? And this one over here can be 4. Okay, so for the door mechanism here, I'm going to move this first, the number 1 here, I'm going to move it red, say, I don't know, 85 or so. And this one will have to go blue 160, something like that. Let's see, red 85. Oh. Not wrong way. Like so, and then this one will go 160, I think. No, let's make it 165. I'll keep it that way. Make it simple. Slow this down a little bit. And let's see how this door opens now. Oops. Alright. Did we get it right on the first pass? Or is the door just stuck to the floor? Well, that was weird. Why did the other door open? Oh, gosh, because that's number 2. Alright, I have a very unique opening door now. I don't even know if this is going to go back down right. No, it sure didn't. Oh, yeah, that's awesome. Alright, I'm going to have to set this in an upward position so I can try to fix it all. That's brutal. 1, 3. 1, 3, and 2, 4. Ah, I shouldn't have connected side to side like that. Okay. So 1 is fine. It's 3. I need to go 85. Or, sorry, 165, and I'll do 85 on that one. I'm going to need to connect this bearing now. All right, so it's 135 on this side now. All right, so let's get rid of this. Well, actually, I can leave that. Like this one, blue 85. This will be blue 165. This should be red 165. And then this one will be... I forgot what color. Oh. It's going to be blue. Okay, let's see how this pans out. That did not settle down the way I thought it would. I wonder if I joined this too high on the door, maybe. It's not that high up, though. Is that 7? Did I make this too short? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, it should be okay. Okay, so clearly the angle on this is not good. It's like, that's at 90 degrees. What's going on there? Let's go try 70 on that. It didn't move. 15 here. Let's go. Is that gonna work? Oh, I left one block out here. That's funny. Okay. I think I have this side right. Let's just double check now again. So it slides closed. Oh, look at that. Both sides slid closed. Okay, so let's just replicate that now on the other side. So 75. This one's going to be 75. 165, 165. And then I might not even need the last bearing on the other side now, because it looks like it's kind of sorted itself out. That's pretty much perfect. It's funny, this one slides just a little bit farther. Maybe it's just an odd number thing. I gotta stick the switch out front here so we can kind of see how this looks from the front. And then we'll get a sense of whether we got everything set up right. Get rid of this. All right. Survey says. That looks really cool. I do need to put something across the top there because it's definitely not high enough. Cause it's kind of like a funny gap there. It's funny, you can build kind of like a Minecraft. You can jump up and down. And I can't even tell where the joint is. No! Alright, hold on. Where's the join? Is it there? Alright, I gotta paint this thing up so that I can actually tell what I'm doing here, because I can't tell where the seam is in this door anymore. And that makes it a little hard to plan this kind of stuff. So I can see the seam up close, and that's good. Alright, so let's get the sprayer tool out here. And then I'm going to pick like a sort of like a lighter silver for this bleeding edge along the door here. Alright, I think I got it right along the separation there. Perfect. Let's get the this crazy orange things colored too. Perfect. Got rid of my ladder. Okay, so now the thing with the doors that they have for the blast doors in Star Wars, though, is that it doesn't have just a single, setup. It has like an opposing one as well, so it has both up and down. So I think I'm gonna have to try to figure out. It actually looks like it's a little crooked coming out of there. It's got a very light tilt to that. I think it probably will be okay, but just have to keep an eye on it. Okay, so darn. Okay, so for the Star Wars blast doors, they have like this crisscross pattern where there's one that goes up and one that goes down. And I think I'm going to build that out on here also. So just go like this. Hopefully this all evens out. That's not even letting me join it. That's weird. What is going on? There we go. All right, I think that's now level. All right, so we have our matching pair of inside doors now that have the same look as the outside. What have I got this set at? Oh, okay. I'm just going to paint up this inner door here really quickly in the same way that I have the outer door painted, so that we have kind of like our matching set as the doors crisscross against each other. All right, time for the big test. We got the door all painted up. I think we have it all set up properly. Let's see if it all slides the way we're kind of expecting it to. That turned out great. Oh no, what's going on? All right, we got a mismatch here somewhere. I wonder if it might be that the second piece in here, this inner wall, isn't hitting right. All right, I'm going to connect this up to the bearing. Up to the controller, and that might help keep it stable. All right, that seems to have lifted it up, so let's see if that solved the problem and our doors will hinge together properly now. Nope, that was funny. Perfect. All right, everything seems to be meshing together just right now. So now we have our fancy blast doors here. I'm gonna stick the switch out here. It's a little more convenient to push. All right, give it one more test while we're in a good line with it. I'm missing a whole second side there. What happened? Okay, so what do I have? I don't even have a controller on that one, so it should be fine. This one door here is not lining up quite right. Maybe because I put the controller on it and I didn't set any kind of setting. I'm going to muck around with this and make sure that we get this kind of set up properly. It looks like the doors are meshing together fine, but as it opens up, it's misaligning as it slides. So I'm going to get that all corrected. So we get our... Oh, look, it's way up top there. That's crazy. I'll get that second side fixed up, and we'll come back in next time. We'll do some more building on this fancy little base thing we're going to do here and try and see what we can do to get a little bit of a Death Star kind of a look out of our little permanent base in Scrap Mechanic. Thanks, everyone, for checking out the video. Hope you'll come back and check out some more of these. I'm having fun with Scrap Mechanic, and I expect to build a whole pile more in this. It's still really early on, and there's still plenty to learn and plenty to build. So thanks again. I'm CrypticFox. I'll see all of you next time.